Well, g'day, Slotcar Adventures, back again for... Is this the last show of the year? I think it might be, yeah. Christmas, just a couple of days away. Well, 3 or 4, couple, yeah, give or take. And yeah, that does make this probably the final show of the year, final episode. I'll be taking a little break anyway, and I'll explain that later. Folks, what a massive week we've had. In case you don't know, this week, just the other night on the Aussie Slotcar Show Live, we gave away an NSR slot car, courtesy of Bonza, Slot Cars and Hobbies. Wasn't it awesome? And wasn't our special guest a surprise, hey? Well, if you think the surprises are over, think again, and I'm not saying another word until the new year, so... there you go. Not until it's confirmed, anyway. But anyway, you never know what's coming around the corner. Folks, I'm in Slot.it mood currently, right here. Being that it's Christmas time, yeah. Ho, 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 yes. Slot.it. I just got this one recently, and I'm having a blast with this car. It's a Lola. There's the information on the front there. Isn't that an absolute beauty? Golf livery. It's so good. If you haven't got this one in your Slot.it collection, there is something seriously wrong with you. You need to hop online right now and get one of these, because it is awesome. Love it. Looks great on track. Runs like a dream. Looks absolutely fantastic. One of Slot.it's standout cars, in my humble opinion, folks. But that's not what I'm truly excited about. What I'm truly excited about is I purchased my very first white kit. It's a Slot.it white kit, and it is, let's turn it around. Oh, I haven't got my glasses on. What is it? It's the Nissan. So a Nissan GTR Nismo GT3 white kit. So this is my first venture into scratch building. Now, of course, this is not a scratch build, but it's a first step. Baby steps, you know, dip the toe in, test the temperature. Let's have a look at what we get. So if I slide the outer slip case off, and I'm doing it with one hand, isn't that impressive? Yes, I know, it's very impressive. Oh, there's lots of parts included underneath. There's the kit itself. Thumbnail, please. Get that off. Okay, so there it is. All right, so that's not going to be too difficult. Look, the chassis is already together. The wheels are on. The engine's in. It's all wired up. There's the guide. So really, we're just painting and assembling the body kit. There's a nice roll cage there. The driver's painted, all ready to go. This is going to look fantastic. So I've got to decide on a colour scheme and get cracking. I have got some clear, it's special water transferable decal printable paper. It's a clear stuff, right, for my inkjet printer. So I can make up my own decals, print them out, cut them out, do the water transfer trick, and then I believe there's some kind of clear coat you got to put over the lot, or there's something special treatment for the decals first, otherwise they'll react to the final clear coat, I'm told. So this is going to be a learning experience for me, and hopefully many of you who've not done one of these. I can see this is going to be a lot of fun, but I have discovered there's no instructions. Look at all those parts. No instructions. And I immediately feel dumb. Yeah, so there it is. Looking great. I noticed on the chassis, see a little red highlight on the front there? So I like that. I'm thinking of black and red. What do you think? They just won't leave me alone. Black and red. What do you reckon? And the guy's wearing a red outfit, white helmet. Oh look, there's a lot of detail going on in there. It's already done. What kind of white kit is this? It's sort of whitish. It's a whitish kit. It's half done. All right, so I definitely picked an easy one for a first one. So that's the plus. A lot of parts and no instructions. That's the negative. So I'm going to probably jump on does Slot.it have a website? I'll jump on and see if I can find any information. Someone like me, yeah, I like a good instruction book, you know, or a PDF or something, just so I know I'm doing the right thing. Like, this is a full-on model kit. Pieces have to be cut, glued, painted separately. This is going to be quite a task, even though it's mostly put together. But while I'm at it, I dabbled with LED lights, didn't I, last week with the Batmobile thing. Oh, they turned out great, especially when you add the Hollywood-style layered sound effects. I had jets, I had I think it was a passing jet airliner, which I chopped in half and just took the second half, the declining sound. I had these actual jet engine explosion, panning them left and right. There's about 5 effects tacked on top of one another to create that takeoff sound effect, which is what I'll be using in the cinematic. And for those of you who are super excited about that, I haven't even started working on it yet. I've been working on the cars. I discovered there's a fifth Scalextric Batmobile, and I've ordered that. It's a shit one, but I think we'll use it for comic relief in the context of the cinematic. Yeah, you'll see what I mean when all is revealed. We then discovered there's character Batman car. There's a Joker car, believe it or not. It's got a big toothy grin on the front. I thought, I don't really need that. I've already selected my villains for the cinematic. But then again, yeah, the more the merrier, hey? We'll see. I found another cool item, Batman related, that I'll leave as a surprise. It's going to be fun. I'm writing a script. There's going to be a crime committed, and then they're going to call in the Cape Crusader, except there's more than one. So there's going to be a bit of confusion. And I imagine they're going to argue a bit as to who really is Batman. And yeah, there's going to be a bit of hijinks going on the set here. Yeah, it's going to be a bit wild and crazy, and you never know who's going to jump into the fray, and it's just going to be completely nuts by the end of it. You just know it, with lots of jet rockets roaring and all sorts of fun stuff. Whatever wacky nonsense I could come up with. Who knows, little Ian Doug might be in it. You just don't know. Betty won't be in it because she's over at Wildman's. In fact, she'll be over in Italy any moment. Yeah, by the time you see this, she'll be packing her bags, getting ready to leave Wildman's in a couple of days, heading over to Italy. She's got to make a special appearance for something, yeah. So, folks, I'm going to sort of experiment with this. I'm going to pull it all apart and at least have a look at the bits. I may not start building it during this episode, or I might. We'll see how we go. But let's just have a closer look at what we've got here in the Slot.it white kit. And maybe you guys would be interested in diving in the deep end with me, getting one of these for yourselves, and over the holiday break, having a crack at doing your own paint job, your own finish, your own livery. Oh yeah, well that's what I was saying. Delving in with the LEDs, I'm going to add some LEDs to this. It doesn't have any lights, so I plan on 2 headlights, a couple of rear lights. Well, there's 4 in there, so that just made it a bit more difficult. But also, I'm going to have a glow underneath, so there'll be a 5th light or a 6th light as well, pointing downwards, so we get that sort of fast and furious underglow. Maybe blue. Oh yeah. So yeah, blue and red and black go really well together, so I think I'll do that. Red lights in the back, or amber. How about both? The red's on the outer, amber on the inner. 2 amber, 2 reds, some warm white for the headlights maybe, or we'll see. And then maybe a couple of blue underneath. That's going to be amazing. What will the livery be, though? Maybe we don't bother with a livery. It'll be more of a street car. Yeah, many decisions to make, but let's have a closer look at what we've got here, eh? Let's have a look. Okay, let's have a little look, see what we've got here. This part's sticky tape to the base. Now, this is just an observation, but just sticky taping bits to the base, surely there's a better way they could package these. Come on, slot it. It's, it's a bit, look at it, just someone by hand has sticky taped all this stuff to the base. And then here's more sticky tape on this. It's messy. You get rid of it all, then you got all the residue, but we flip it over now it's starting to look a bit more schmicko, but all this, and I don't have I'm making a criticism, but I don't have a suggestion, but it's a bit, you know what I mean? There's got to be a better way to do this, like have a special pouch it's just sitting in there, and I don't know. But yeah, the sticky tape just looks a bit messy and slapped together in someone's kitchen table, you know what I mean? Not what you expect from a leading professional competition slot car. I just get the sticky tape, Like it looked like one of my efforts at wrapping Christmas presents. That's what's bugging me. I'm going, enough of that. Anyway, there's the car. That looks quite nice. So yeah, the whole base is together. It is attached with screws, so I'd have to undo that to see what's inside. The inside already looks done. The roll cages, I wouldn't paint that. I like it as it is. The steering wheel's done. A lot of detail in there, already done. So really, it's just the car body. Just the car body. I thought there'd be more to it. I'm a little bit, well, not disappointed, a little perplexed, but yeah, there's a lot of different bits to paint though. Look at that. So we've got the nose. Then there's another bumper of some sort. There's a rear spoiler. None of this is painted. Oh, there's these little inserts. They have those on the scale autos as well. I know, because I found a few just lying around the track and had to search every car to figure out which one it was. It was the scale auto gas monkey. It had leaked them. So there's all those bits. That's great, but what the hell do I do with them? There's no instructions. There's no instructions included. Like, I can't read your mind, mate. Whoever devised this, I can't read. Like, what is that for? I don't know. I've got no idea. So somebody buying one of these for their very first time, there's no instructions, so we have no idea what to do with any of this. And I guess that's criticism. For me, never done a white kit before. I'm looking at all this and I have absolutely no idea what to do, where these parts go, what they're for, what colour they should be there for. These bits look like light inserts, I guess. Yeah, I'm guessing. It's a pretty good guess. Don't know what these little, they're the side windows. Oh, they're nice. Very nice. But there's no instructions. It's just a guessing game. So again, I'll have to look at the website. Folks, I'm not going to do any more with this. I reckon I'm probably going to have to invest in an airbrush, because if I use that 2x paint on this, it's just going to plonk it on there. It's going to fill up all these, gaps and all that finer etched detail. It's not going to look good. So I think I'm going to have to invest in some kind of airbrush. I don't want to get an expensive one. I'm out of cash now. It's just before Christmas, so I'm going to have to wait till the new year. So lots to do, very intimidating, no instructions. Bloody hell. What's wrong with this? Why do they do that? Like, good on you guys, you're so clever, you know where all this goes. We don't. The average person has no idea. So I'm going to go on the website. There better be some bloody instructions. And if there aren't, well, I'm going to pack this all up and it's going to go on the shelf over there, and it's probably going to stay there for the next several years until someone comes along and goes, oh yeah, I can do that. Great, do it. Thank you. That'll take the joy out of it for me. So yeah, a bit disappointed, a bit annoyed, no instructions, no idea what to do. Doesn't say anywhere. So yet another bloody Slotcar product that does not provide instructions. Ridiculous. Yeah, and for those of you who are rolling your eyes at the moment, we're not all as brilliant as you. We've got no idea. We're beginners. We need instructions. This is absolutely ridiculous. So folks, enough of that. Let's get to the good stuff now. I've gotten together with Slotcar Hub, and we're going to bring to you a really good, detailed tuning process on how to properly tune RevoSlot cars straight out of the box. I'm going to choose a random car that hasn't been tuned yet. I'm going to tune it as we go step by step. Slotcar Hub's going to take us through all those steps, and the way he does it, it's both professional but also practical. And the results are fantastic. I can tell you now that Merc, that white Merc he did for me, is bloody brilliant. So I think I'll go and choose this Porsche. Haven't tuned it. I like this Porsche. I think this will be a good one to start with. Fantastic. So let's jump over to the setup table. First, let's have a listen to Shane from Slotcar Hub, see what he's got to say to us, and then let's get into it. Brilliant.
Shane from Slotcar Hub. So, I've got a brand new RevoSlot here from Shane from Hughes' garage in Queensland. We're going to do a video together. This is a stock standard, out the box. All I've done is put a couple of drops on the braid, clean the tyres with masking tape, and I'll show you. This masking tape, double side it over so the sticky parts like that, and just clean them like that. So we're going to do a tuning video together. I'm going to show you the difference between a brand new one out the box to a brand new one tuned. So we run on 9 volts, DS hand controller, 45 ohm. Let's go. There's no times on the lap timer. A little bit noisy. $73. Try and push it a bit harder. 72. 73. A little bit 732. So it's a little bit noisy and then a little bit vibrating. A bit, yeah, not real smooth to drive. So I'll show you the times I just did. So we're in red lane then. There's your lap times. So we're going to give the tuned car now a run and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so we got the next one. This is fully tuned. You can't really tell the difference. This is number 6, fully tuned. And we've got number 2, straight out the box, brand new. Couple of voodoo drops, clean the tyres. So all I've done to this, you'll see on the video that Shane's putting together. I'll do some laps, see how she goes. We're going to use red lane again. 9 volts, DS hand control, 45 ohms. See what we can do. So the last video I think we were doing 7.1, 7.2. Feels a lot quieter, a lot smoother. 6.8. So there's 4 tenths quicker. 6.7. 6.7. So we're averaging 6.7, 6.8. That's a big difference. So this is 6.7s and 6.8s. So that's, I'll show you the times again. time. So we picked up nearly half a second just from tuning that car. So there's the difference between something out the box brand new and something spending half an hour to an hour on tuning it, which we're going to show you now in this video. Me and Shane are doing it together. Enjoy. Thank you for watching. See you later.
Okay, slot car adventurers, I'm all set up and ready to go at my new setup station. Oh, doesn't that sound fancy? I've got a setup station. Got the tyre truer over here. Very good. That's running with my awesome new variable power supply. This thing is great. Great purchase off of Amazon. It was a special on. It was about nearly $30 off the regular price. It's a beauty. I believe DG Raceway got one as well. He's very happy with his. I've got little Shane, a little Pat there, ready to cheer us on. All sorts of things. I've got my electronic cleaning solvent. I've got my model railway gears oil. I find that one's pretty good. Got some isocol rubbing alcohol. Got some various tools here, more tools. Got my Scale Auto Speed Oil, my Scale Auto Magic Grease. These are great. The only thing I don't have, though, I haven't got the Voodoo drops. Folks, we need Voodoo drops. I believe they're also by Scale Auto. Very important. So when we come up to that stage, I'm going to skip that part and come back to it at a later date. Very important to help with the engine. You'll see when Slotcar Hub explains it. So I've ordered some Voodoo drops. Voodoo Drops 3, I think it's called, and when they show up, I'll implement that. I've got the slot invasion tools. This is important. Got some post-it notes. No, we're not going to write anything. You'll see. I've got some masking tape. I've also got some nice black electrical tape. I've got a good supply of Chewits. Even got some cola ones. Look out. Got some reading material. Got a nice overhead light. Isn't that bright? Whoa, bright light. Bright light. So I've chosen my Porsche. It's a 911. What's that, a P911? Well, P stands for Porsche, doesn't it? GT1 by RevoSlot. It's got a 21,000 RPM motor running on 12 volts. Hang on a sec, the Carrera cars are only about 18,000 RPM running on 14 volts. Oh, this competition coming up is absolutely not fair. What have I agreed to do? Yeah, I'm definitely going to start building that bloody light. He's won it. I'll just about concede it now. I think it'll just be a formality running the race. He's got it in the bag. He should let me change the tyres at least, or at least put the magnets back in, so it's relatively fair. I don't know. Oh, gosh, well, anyway. At least Slotcar Hub is being some very selfless today and sharing us his life gathered wisdom on slot car setup. So I've got this vehicle, that's the one. I'm just checking it over before we start. Everything is good. Look, see those tyres? They don't really spin too well, and I think that's the first thing he's going to show us. So I'll undo these 4 screws so I can get the body off the chassis, and while I'm doing that, have a look at what Slotcar Hub's got up first. Here's the first step.
Alright boys, standard front end setup. Flicking it, see that? That's how they come. Giving a good flick. This is how it comes out the box. Into adjustment one. That's the difference, boys. There's about 2/10 there. And all I've done is loosen those 4 screws there. Taken out the axle, put the axle back in, and pulled the rim away from the spacer a bit so it's not so tight. Still got the 4 screws loose, and now I'll line it up, and that's the difference.
Okay, I've got the body off the chassis, got the screws carefully put aside. These tray type setup things. This is a plastic one I got off eBay from I can't even remember now. It's one of those eBay stores in the UK. Something slots, I can't remember. Anyway, 20 bucks. Got 2 different trays, so you can lay that in. So this top one, oh, I've got a bit of blue tack in there. Look at that. Where did that come from? Okay. You it's like chewing gum. You go there. Yeah. So you can have just a standard plate that goes on. Your tyres are touching, or you can layer this one in as well and set it in there, and the tyres are not touching. You're not going to get flat spots during the course of doing a setup, which is, in my opinion, darn near impossible anyway, but people get pedantic about this stuff, don't they? But that's looking pretty cool. Yeah, don't worry about these things. I'm going to put that on my Carrera 124 scale Porsche, because these actually fit. They fit both the 132 and the 124. Interchangeable, really. So I'll put him aside out of the way so we don't get confused. Don't worry about them, they're going in the bin. So maybe I should toss them aside too. You can go over there. Oh, you people, you're being fussy again, aren't you? You get rid of that stuff, it's got nothing to do with this setup. Yeah, there you go, happy? The only stuff will be here relates to this car. Now, let's have a close look. Isn't that elegantly simple? I love the red anodized parts. They look fantastic. Even the holder for the motor. This is all metal. These cars really are superbly put together. And they're kind of like electric guitars. You buy an electric guitar, it arrives, it doesn't matter how much you pay, it's not set up. And there's a reason for that, because every player is different. Some people like low action, some people like high string action, some like a perfectly straight neck, some like a little bit of neck relief. You know, it depends on the gauge of strings you put on, depending on the settings for the intonation, and so on and so on and so on. So they don't bother, they give it an approximate setup, but the proper finishing setup of the instrument is up to you, the individual. And I think this is my interpretation with these RevoSlot cars. I think it's the same deal. These are brilliantly made. There's lots of adjustable parts. Okay, beautifully put together when you look at it. Well engineered. And they're approximately set up. It's up to you, the owner of the new vehicle, to now customize that setup and make this car function the best it can. It's a different kind of beast to all the other brands. These are made for tinkerers. All right, I'm not a tinkerer, but hopefully by the end of this video I will be, and so will you, because there's some pretty easy steps coming up. So I'm going to do what he just said with this, because as you can see on mine, not turning like his was. So yeah, let me I can't do it one-handed. I'm going to have to put the camera down and see how we go. Alright, the one set of tools I forgot about were the Allen keys. I've got my little set of Allen keys. I've got the right one. I've got it in there, and I'm going to loosen this one wheel off like he suggested. Here goes nothing. I'm all new to this. I've loosened that and there's no movement. What's going on? That's undone. What about this side? I see now I'm starting to lose confidence already, because oh, there you go. I got the wheel off. And here's these things. Now he did say to remove the axle, so there's the bushings, the bearings are in that thing. There's your wheel. Over the other side, see now it's come free. So over the other side we can take the axle out. Again, there's your bushing, the bearings are in that thing. And then there's just a ring. It's acting like a spacer. So what we want to do, according to Slotcar Hub, is just set these wheels out a little bit further, so they're not tight against them. Just give them a little bit of space. But before we get that far, he did say remove the chassis, and didn't he say to undo these screws a little bit? Yeah. Okay everyone, I've managed to loosen the 4 screws. Word of caution, if you've got the wrong screwdriver, you will strip these. They are a bit soft. They're not yeah. So I've used this tool. This is from this Slot Invasion novelty kit they used to throw in with orders. This one was Pat's. He didn't want it, gave it to me. I'm very grateful to Pat. So even Pat's here helping out, and little Pat is little Pat the builder. He's helping out. He said, use that other screwdriver, you dickhead. I went, oh, that's right, I got those. So I've followed the direction and I've loosened them off about 1/4 of a turn, and what you can feel is a very slight movement now in those things. A very, very slight movement, and I believe that's where the ideal setting is. So it's like 1/4 of a turn off. And now we'll do the next bit. All right, so far so good. He said remove the axle and put it back in, but look, I'm taking the opportunities while this is about. I'm going to take my speed oil and I'm just going to give a wee, oh, it's already coming out, a wee little drop in there into that bushing on that side where you normally can't get at it. Just spin that both ways. Now I don't know if this is a no-no. I cannot think it is. I couldn't imagine it's a no-no. It's only going to make it better. Yeah, that's a lot slippery now. Very good. So I'm going to put that back in on this side. Beautiful. Actually, I might do a little, take the wheel out again. I might do a wee little drop on this side as well. Just a little drop. There it is. I'll spin that. Move him up and down. So there's the minuscule of coating. Now I'm going to install that back in. Great. So this one can go back on. Good. And I'm going to do a little bit on this side. A little wee bit of speed oil. Come on, out you come, not too much. It's not come, oh, there it is. Just a smidge. Give it a spin. Back the other way. I hope Slotcar Hub's not watching this and going, what the fuck are you doing? Oh well, you can always pull it apart and dry it out again. Be all good, mate, all good. Little ring, and this is the important part. We're going to make sure that there's a slight, so there they are tight together. I'm just going to now open it out ever so slightly so there's more play in there, but nothing will be rubbing. All right, so I'll get my Allen key in there, tighten that up. Very good. Now of course don't over tighten these. This one is not budging even though I undid. Oh no, there we go. So let's have a look. Let's see what the result is. Look at that. He was absolutely bang on the money. There you go, folks. A Slotcar Hub hack. Look at those wheels. They're virtually silent. And they keep spinning. They're spinning better than his. I just did it better than Slotcar Hub. Yeah, that's probably because I put the speed oil in. Yeah, there you go, Hub. I outdid you on that one. Well, I reckon I did. Look, there's the evidence. Look at it spin. No friction, no noise. Oh, I'm getting some confidence now. Let's get on to the next task, hey? Next step, folks, check it out.
Alright boys, so take your rear tyres off, cut that off with a little razor blade, like that, cut around it, and put some voodoo drops in the, right in this corner here. So stick it in there and put about, right in there, stick it in there and put 2 drops on the commutator, and pick it up and turn it like this, just 2 drops, no more than 2 drops. And just keep doing this backwards and forth, and just leave it. Take the tyres off, turn them inside out like that, and look for, there's a little bit here, see that bit there, see that sticking up, that little knobby bit. Sorry about the hands, they're a bit dry. So that little knob there, get your razor blade, cut that off, because when you turn that inside out, that's going to rub on your rim and make a little lump inside your rim. Get rid of that knobby bit, just cut it out.
Okay, managed to get all my tyres done. Got rid of the little knobs inside. I think that'll make a big difference. It's funny, you don't suspect that. And I guess you could apply that technique to all tyres on any of your cars, really. These are quite good quality tyres, actually, on the Revoslots. I'm very impressed with them. Other than those little knobs. So the other part he just showed, this is the part I'm going to have to skip today, folks. But if you've got voodoo drops, I suggest you get this done now. So on the motor, there is an opening in there. If I press down with my thumb, you might be able to see it. There's an opening there, so that's a sticker over the top. So don't be worried about this. Don't think, oh, I'm destroying it. That looks a bit extreme. No, you want access into that motor. This is just a sticker they put on it. It's a full wrap sticker, but yeah, I use the where is it? The razor blade just to nick it, just to trim around that edge very carefully. Try to do it all so it comes away in one piece. We don't want any little bits falling down into the motor. You know, that can't be good. So be very careful and follow his direction that we just saw to put 2 drops of voodoo drops in there. Do exactly as he showed us. I'll come back to this once my voodoo drops arrive. The next step is to run the motor in a little bit, I believe. I could be wrong. Let's see what Slotcar Hub's got for us.
Right, so with that paste, put it on your screwdriver like that, and just dab it on your gears like that. Keep dabbing it, turn it until it gets tight. When it gets tight, don't do any more, but spread it out a bit. Now it's really getting tight. Keep dabbing it. See how it's getting right around the gears? And slowly keep turning it. If I was in the shed, I'd probably put on the little power supply now, or a 9-volt battery, but I'm inside, I don't want to make a mess. Just keep doing that, and it starts to free itself. See how it got tight then? That's just grinding the gears in together. Gets loose more, just do it a bit more, then go backwards. Always go backwards. Whoops. Always go backwards.
Okay, I've got a slightly different brand, but it's valve grinding compound. Got the paste. I'm going to use a toothpick. So gonna pop it in there. I'm not having as much success as Slotcar Hub did. Try not to bump the camera, working in a confined spot here. Dabbing it on, as he was saying. All right, so I'm immediately I'm immediately starting to regret the fact I got a different, oh no, there's some different brand, because it doesn't seem to be going on like his did. Dab, 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 dab. Who's that laughing in the background? Maybe they like the dab 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 video I did, you know, the painting one, the wall mural. Oh, we'll have to reuse that for something, that big wall mural, the Mountains of Doom wall mural. Okay, going around one way, back the other. Dab, dab, dab. I think I've made a world-class mess of this. There's too much on there, I think. Let's see. It's not getting tight like he described, but it's getting around there. Go forward. It probably needs a little bit more. Dab, 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 dab. It is definitely coating on the pinion. To me, that looks like I've got way too much on there. It's not getting tight. And then again, this one, it's got two ends. It's got a fine end and a coarse end. And I didn't think the coarser stuff would be the way to go. Someone is outside making some bloody noise and really irritating me. Oh yeah, that's tightening up a bit. I can feel that. That's interesting. I think I managed to do it. Yay! Alright, well, I wish that guy would, there's a kid next door banging a tube against something just to be a fucking idiot, as they do. Alright. Leave this with me. I'll get this properly done. I'll watch Hub snip it back again. I'll get this sorted. I think next we put it on the track or on a block to run it for a few minutes, and we'll see what happens. Here, let's see what happens next.
Alright, so I've cut the tyre, the little knob off it. I'll turn it back inside in the right way, and now I'm going to just roll it like this. A bit hard to do it, and so like this. Just keep rolling it flat. And this is the rear tyres I'm doing here. Just rolling them. Warm them up a bit. Just get them round, get them square, push all the shit out of them. I don't know, it just works for me. It seems to work. Just like that. And put them back on. Just make sure you put them on square and all your little lips are on the lips of the rim. So the lips of the rim, there's little lips here on the tyres. Make sure they're in the lip. Alright, so tyres are back on. All you do now is when they're on square, you got them on nicely, just push them down like that. Push pressure on them. Just keep doing that. Get them nice and flat inside the rim, sitting all round and nice right around. Now with your front guide, if you want to adjust your ride height at the front of your car, so if your car's sitting too high at the front, there's a little screw up top, so that little brass one, that's the same size for the rest of your car. Screw that tight, and that will bring see that? That goes up and down. So if you screw that in, that will make that gap smaller, and that will lower your front. That will bring your front down. If your front's too low, loosen it a bit and see how it loosens it out. It will rise it, sorry. You want a little bit of give in it like that. That's really good in my eyes. That's probably a little bit too much. But if your front's sitting too high, tighten that screw in and you can adjust it by millimetre by millimetre. And if you really want, you can shim it. If you run out of adjustment, put some shims in it. There's all, yeah, and that's another bit of ball game there, but yeah, so get your ride height, you can use that screw there, adjust it in and out, and put oil, see where that little spring is in there, that gap in between the chassis and the guide, put oil in there, and tip it upside down, tip it this way, tip it that way, get the oil right around it, and hear that noise? The scratching noise, and that will get rid of that and quieten it down more.
Yes, so that's done using a little Allen key. What size is it? I don't know, you can work out that one that fit, you know. It goes in there, and while holding the guide you can tighten it or loosen it. So I've shortened that distance a little bit, just like he showed. I put oil just in the top there and the same underneath there, giving that a jiggle. It's not scraping like it was before. It's a lot quieter, so that's brilliant. The front wheels are still spinning freely. That's brilliant. What else? I've got the tyres on, they're on properly. We've got our compound on. So we're just about ready to power this up, I believe, and run it in for a few minutes. Again, I haven't done the voodoo drops, so we'll have to come back to that. I'm disappointed I don't have it. It's the only thing he caught me out with, and there's none in any store anywhere in Brisbane. I think Show Us the Slots have got some in stock that Bonza hasn't got any. I can get it on Amazon, but it wouldn't get here till next week or after Christmas. And Show Us Your Slots, I probably won't get here till after Christmas, so I won't bother with that. I'll just order it from whoever, and we'll come back to that. No big deal, no big drama, all good. And I tell you what, now someone's sending me a FaceTime video, and I don't recognise the number, don't know it. Anyway, so that's about done. I think we're going to do these nuts. So we've got to undo these screws and these nuts, and the trick that we've got to do is use the masking tape to create some little buffers between these two plates, the inner and the outer plate. I think the masking tape goes on the lower plate, or maybe that one, I'm not sure. We'll watch Hub's video, see what he suggests.
Alright, so when you've got your chassis in two pieces, cut some little bits of masking tape out, little tiny squares. It's all irrelevant, probably looks a bit messy, but that's how you do it. You can use masking tape or Gorilla Tape. Gorilla Tape's really good, but it fucks around with your height of your chassis and your body too much because it's thicker. Masking tape's a lot thinner. But if you cover the whole lot, and actually I've fucked up there, I'll send you another photo. There's another two holes there I should be covering too. This is just to stop the vibration in between the two steel chassis. Stops the, so when you want them to rock and be loose, but when they're rocking and loose, the two steel chassis make a hell of a fucking noise. So you want to try and quieten that down. Masking tape is all I use. Gorilla Tape is too, I find it too thick and it upsets my ride heights and my body heights. So I just added a bit of extra tape on the front there because I forgot about it. So these cars you're going to have 3 different positions of your screws and nuts. You can go in the 2 center one, most of them come standard, not the top one, the 2 second ones. But wherever the metal is hitting metal, you got to dampen it down. So that's why I added those 2 up the front. No screws will go in there. Now all you got to do is poke a little hole. I'll show you a video of that in a second. Then all you do is put your screws through, hold your nuts up top of your chassis, and push your fucking, don't laugh, Beth, they know what I mean. I'll do a video.
Alright, so I'm going to undo these 4 screws. There are no screws here, I believe. So there's 6 points to create this masking tape buffer, as he's referring to it. Very important, so it stops the metal rubbing against metal, and it'll quiet these things right down. Everybody knows out of the box these are very noisy slot cars. It's one of the things that sort of turns me off, I must admit. So I'm looking forward to this bit the most. Let's undo these, cut out some little bits of masking tape and see how we go, eh? Alright, I've got all the screws and nuts removed. There's our separate piece, like so. So on those points there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm going to take this masking tape and just create some little nice tidy squares. Cut them out with the scissors, And because I won't be able to do this and hold the camera and all that stuff at the same time, you'll see what I've done and you'll get the idea, so come back in a moment. Okay, that's a success. I'm just using my safety razor blade just to run along the edge there and trim any that's protruding by. Just keep it nice and neat. I've probably gone a little bit overboard for my first attempt, but that's all right. Some down there next to the motor. Don't want it protruding there. Come on, you can do it. There, gotcha. Alright, that's neat. So pop that. Oh, that's what he showed. You take the screwdriver and you poke holes like so, from above down below, as above down below. Well, look, I've got a flickering work lamp here. Don't know what's going on. Maybe I've got spooks in the room. Oh, that's what my daughter would say. She likes all those paranormal activity movies. You know, those Snorefest found footage. Oh, I don't think it's found footage, like home movie type. Yeah, I'm not into it. I like the big budget movies where you get real fright. That latest Alien Romulus movie wasn't too bad, not too bad at all. There we are, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just forgot there's no screws going into those, so put that back in line like so. All good. All right, so I'm now going to put the screws through from underneath. And this will be a fiddly two-handed thumbs and fingers and swearing operation, and this phone keeps going. I'll come back to you when I've got the screws and the nuts back in place, okay? Meanwhile, have a listen to Slotcar Hub.
So all screws are in, all nuts are in. So your screws, do one at a time. Push the screw up through the top, then put your nut on it, finger first, like a couple little finger tightens. Do all 4 at once. So screws from the bottom all the way up through the chassis, then stick your nut on top. And if you want you want less rock, put these ones. I'll try and get that bloody magnet easy. Get that nut and screw it and stick it up the front there. That will give less up and down, like that will do that less. But I never use the front. Then when they're all tight, tighten them, not too hard, tighten them, then back them off probably half a turn or a turn until they're loose, and stick a little bit of tiny super glue on the nut there in the thread. Let the glue just drip down to the top of that head of that nut, just a drop, not even a teensy bit on a toothpick. Just tap it. That's all you need.
All right, back again. That's even too much. I'll use the pointy end. As you said, that's heaps. When I got the grinding compound from, I think I got it from an auto store here in Australia, Super Cheap Auto. They had another product by the same brand next to it, and it was something to do with these threads and keeping screws in position. I almost grabbed it. It was another $14, $15, and I thought, no, I'll just stick with the super glue idea. So there's the super glue done. We'll let that settle. And I think all that leaves to do, well, first off, the tyres don't need truing. They're pretty darn good. They're pretty darn round. We'll see what Hub suggests. But also I know this adjustment underneath here, the motor, these two Allen-headed screws here allows you to swing this motor back and forth to get the right pressure of pinion against the gear. So that's where this comes in, the post-it notes. This post-it note paper, one sheet, the thickness is apparently the exact right gauge, you get a little strip of that paper, and we put it down. Once you've loosened off those nuts there, you put the strip down in between the two, push this against that with the paper intact, do these up carefully, and then slowly wind the paper out. That's what I think. Let's check with Hub to see if I'm right, and if I am, we'll continue on with the exercise. This is critical. Get a perfect setup going on here between those two. They're not too tight, not too loose, just right.
Alright, so before you run your gears in, you got to get your mesh right, because a lot of Revoslots, the motors are loose and the mesh doesn't hit your gears properly. So what you do is, first thing you do is that one there and that one there, loosen them off a little bit, get a bit of paper, just any little bit of paper, and run them through your gears like that. So go up and down like that, see that? And that will get you a perfect gap. Some people do it like that, some people just do it by feel. You just need a little bit of backlash. So once you get your paper in there, roll it through, turn it around, put your Allen key in your little Allen key there and there, stick them in real tight and just tighten them up, nick them up. And that should do it. And when you come around to the other side, take your paper out, roll it through. It'll leave a little indentation in it like that. Then come around this side, just here. There's another little one there, just nick that up too, that holds the motor in too. So just put your Allen key in there, into your bolt, and just nick it up tight. And that should give you good gear mesh. And then you can run your gears in. You just need a little bit of backlash, just a little bit of backlash. Just a tad of backlash. You don't want them too tight because they'll bind. And that's how you do your gear mesh on your Revoslots.
Now the next thing to do is to tape down these wires. Alright, so for this purpose I'm not using the masking tape you suggested. I think it's fine for this. It's the right thickness and consistency. Hub seems to favour that. That's good. For sticking down electrical wires, I'm using some electrical tape. I find the masking tape goes a bit gummy after a while, particularly where there's heat being generated. This will be inside the car. I think this will stand up to the test a bit more. It's a bit stickier than masking tape, so it should have a bit more permanence to it. So I've cut a couple of little bits, so I'll stick that one down in place first, and where do I put it? About there. I'll stick it over the magnet, pull that through, so that's touching the that is touching the axle there, which I don't want. Yeah, that's better. How's that looking? Bump the camera. Spinning. Beautiful. There it is underneath. Yeah, that looks a bit ugly, but oh well. Not to worry. And another one probably just over the magnet. That'll also help hold the magnet in place. Pretty cool. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I might change my mind later, see if I can improve. I don't want to see that there, looking at the back of the tape. That's going to pick up all the grit's going to get stuck to that, isn't it? Oh well. I'll have a look at a better way of doing that in a moment, but for now, I think that's done the job. There's the car body. So this is ready to go for, and my light's flashing again, this is ready to go for the voodoo drops when they arrive. That's going to quieten this engine down considerably. And look, one thing I haven't done is I haven't added some speed oil to the back wheels yet. So I'm going to do that right now. Flip this over. So some in there. Give that a good spin. Back the other way. And do the other side, I think. My phone's going again. The messages are coming thick and fast. Had people trying to send me video calls. There's all sorts of things happening this week, folks. Something going on in Italy. It's got something to do with our Aussie Slot Car Show live on the Thursday night. Got some special guests, as you would have seen. Now being Saturday night. Yeah, then I had the Wildman live stream on Friday morning. Okay, let's do the other side. Get that in there where the bearings are. Excellent. Yeah, that noise is coming from within the motor, so it definitely needs that treatment, and I can't wait to get that done. The gear grinding compound, I've wiped off the access, or I did a bit too much there, so I better clean that up. I will, but that's oiled nicely. Now what I'm going to do also is I've run the car, the grinding compound's done its thing, so I'm going to add some magic grease. I'm using this on some of the other cars, and I've found it to work wonders. It is magic. So Hub has not specified this. I'm going to try it, and that's the important thing, guys. When you start working on your cars, you might have a hunch, and try these things. And it's only grease and oil. You can wipe it off if it's excessive or it doesn't work too well. You can sort it all out. But this has been working superbly on the Scale Auto cars as well as the NSRs. NSRs love this stuff, I've found, particularly the speed oil. This is a good one. In fact, I've been favouring this over this all-purpose model railway locomotive gears oil. So, God, I wish I had the voodoo drops to get this done, but that's pretty darn good. So how about, we're this far, that's a good job. Let's have a listen to Hub to see what he says about truing the tyres. Let's see what he does with the tyres. I don't think he actually trues them. I think he does a very minor sanding, I guess. But let's let him just demonstrate what he does exactly. And while you're watching that, I'll put the lid back on the car, put the 4 screws back in, and let's run some laps with our almost tuned, we haven't got the voodoo drops yet, critical thing to do, but it's already better, way better than it was out of the box, I can tell. I'm telling you now, and I think any of you who have been doing this with me along the way, you should be getting pretty excited about now, because all of a sudden, yeah, it's shaping up to be something special. So over to Hub.
Alright, I'm going to show you quickly. This is the McLaren, how I true my tyres on Revoslots, rubber tyres, 30 Sure on the back. All I do is use wet and dry, 1200. It's really fine sandpaper. You can use it wet, so you can spray it wet, or you can just use it dry. Rubber tyres don't like real hard grit sandpaper, so all I do is put on my little dyno and just scruff them up just a little bit. Just get that new shine off them a bit. And on the edges, so you got your 4 edges, inside and out. I just double it over, put it on the edge like that. Get rid of that square edge in the corners, like that. Get rid of that nice sharp square edge, because you want your tyres rounded on the edges. See how they're nice and rounded now? You can see that, hopefully. You don't want them square, because when they're square they just tip and they just come out. When they're rounded they'll lean into it, and like a real tyre, they're like round edges, not square edge. So get your tyres nice and rounded on the sides, scruff them up a little bit. Don't need true much. Get your tape and clean them. You can see how much has come off there. And they're ready to go. Look, some tyres are better than others on Revos, but these ones are really good and they feel really sticky now. The corners are all rounded, no square edges, and that will stop the shuttering too when you go around the corner. When they're square, they'll just shatter like that. When they're rounded, they'll just slowly lean into it.
Okay guys, all done. I've put the screws in, I've loosened off a bit. There's a little bit of float. I can see the wires through there. Let's put this guy on the track complete and see what result we've got. So now, where did I put the control? Oh, here they are. Okay, I'm gonna go around the side here. We'll look at it from a different perspective, hey? Go a bit high, put my glasses aside. All right, let's give this finely tuned RevoSlot, less the voodoo drops, a run for our money, eh? Oh, that's way better. Down the chute, under the Ferris wheel. Yeah, that is a lot better. As I said, you can still hear a bit of engine whine, a bit noisy. The voodoo drops will take care of that. But that chatter between the metal parts, all that vibrational noise, that's all gone. I still haven't actually trued the tyres. When I say trued, you know, I mean just like what Slotcar Hub showed you. I'm going to do that too on my truing machine. You don't need to see that. You already know about that. Or if not, that's a topic for another time. But you saw Slotcar Hub do it, very straightforward. You don't need a machine, just a bit of 1200 grit wet and dry sandpaper. Put it on your track. He doesn't do a lot to them, but even this car's going really, really nice. It's holding the track well. Even crashing through my barrier. Awesome. That's a beast. I haven't even cleaned the tyres. It's probably got some oil from my fingertips on the tyre, so even taking that into consideration, it's holding the track very well. Remember, it's a plastic track, Carrera track. This car is going very, very well indeed. That's excellent. So we'll work on those tyres over the next couple of days. But I think that was a success. I'm absolutely thrilled. I can't believe I suddenly know what to do with these RevoSlot cars. The frustration that I was having, that many people have had, you know, they're not that great out of the box. They tend not to be. They're a tinkerer's hobby car, really. Now we know what to do. Some great tips from Slotcar Hub, and as you can see, they bloody will work. And remember, true the tyres, do the voodoo drops, this car will probably be 50% better again. Amazing. So there you have it, slot car adventurers. You now know how to properly tune. And yeah, let's use the word properly, because I've seen a few videos that give you a sort of the vaguest of vaguest description, but they don't actually bloody show you. And you're left thinking, are you going to show us how to do that? Like, we want to actually see it. We want to see how it's done. Well, we've tried our best to do that for you today. Anything that we glossed over is probably not that important. But just watch the video again, pause, do it step by step, take your time with the first one. But once you've done a couple of cars, you'll get the hang of it real quick. I'm ready to go for another one now. I don't know which one I'll do. Probably the, or I might do the PlayStation Viper. Oh, I'd like to get that going nicely. But I think I probably should hold off till these voodoo drops arrive, so I can do the complete tune and really get the full benefit of that tuning session. So that's a success. That car's a ripper. So exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And yeah, on that note, as far as the tuning RevoSlots are done, we are done. So there you have it, slot car adventurers, how to set up a RevoSlot slot car. No more rickety, noisy, rattly old RevoSlots out of the box. Now you know how to go about and set them up properly. The Slotcar Hub way, they definitely turn out great. And that's a little gift to you guys for Christmas from Slotcar Hub and myself. We hope this helps you a lot. Get a lot of people asking, how do you set up these RevoSlot cars? Well, now you know. Now you know. Now, again, I wish I had the voodoo drop so I could get that engine a lot quieter. They do get quiet. It quietens right down with a couple of drops of those voodoo drops. But other than that, it's performing brilliantly. And now I've got all these to work at. Well, that one's done. But yeah, all these others, these guys. Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'll touch them. That's sort of like shelf queens, but why buy them if you're not going to run them, eh? I got the McLarens up here. Oh, can't wait to get those ones sorted. These, and of course, Hub's still doing those ones. Well, actually, yeah, they're the ones you just saw him done. Well, I'm sure he'll be packaging them up and sending them express post to me. Hopefully, not putting them on eBay as he's joked in the past. Yeah, I can't wait to get my two cars back, my two Marlboro McLarens. He looked like he did a great job of them. Definitely can't wait to try those out. So, folks, that's the last episode for the year. What a year. Up and down and around and round. All sorts of things happened this year. Folks, have a fantastic Christmas. It's just a few days away now, 2 or 3. Hope you have a terrific time with the family or whoever you're spending Christmas. If you're on your own this Christmas, if you at least got some slot cars, get them out and have a race. Race yourself, one controller in each hand, or just work on a car. Or watch some videos if you haven't got anything better to do. Don't just sit around moping around if you're on your own. There's plenty of things to keep you occupied. Plenty of content here on YouTube to check out. But wherever you are, whatever you're doing, have a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, and I'll see you sometime in the new year, okay? Thanks for watching, guys and girls. See you next year, 2025, for more Hughes Garage Slot Car Adventures.
Alright, I'm in the shed, boys. I've got it going forward now, running. How quiet is that? Listen to that fucker. Yeah, baby. So I put a little bit of fucking glue inside the nut. You can't see it. I glued the nut, Hughesy. I glued the nut. Put a bit of tape to hold that wires down. They're not touching the axle. So that is a gap under each one. The red's a little bit longer than this one for some reason. So you've got your loop there. So that loop, you want that loop so your guide flicks back every time. That will make your car run straighter around corners. And it'll make your car come out corner. It'll make your car come out the corner straighter. See the red distance then? So you need that loop. Wires aren't touching that axle. That black one's close and it's not touching. Reasonable for this, you don't want these wires too high because they'll hit the top of your body and lift your body up. It'll make your car look crooked. I'll fix that tape up a little bit. So the glue, you just see the little shiny bits on the top of the nut. And it's running forward at the minute. I'm going to give it about 3 minutes. You can see the shit coming off the gears there. That's running smooth, man. And now we're going backwards. It's going to come up good, I reckon, Shane. Because the gear, when you run a slot car forward running in the mesh, in the motor, when you run it backwards, there's a massive sound difference. Normally that's not good, but this one, if you can listen to the other video, this is going backwards now, very similar, which is a good thing. So if I was building this car for nationals, I would have pulled the whole thing apart and straightened the chassis better. I would have taken all your little bearings out and I would have soaked them overnight and repacked them with proper grease. But for what Shane's going to be using it for, and I've never done that, to be honest with you. This is just good backyard racing, club racing, tuning. Alright, all done. So it's about 4 minutes all up running the motor, maybe 5 max, backwards and forth. Let's see how she goes. That's fucking quiet as. That's come up really good, this one. I might swap it for my one. And the magnet's in this, but that doesn't affect my track, so I reckon this is quicker than your Mercedes, Shane, all honesty. She's hiking. I hope you're happy with that one, mate. I'm going to go inside and do your second one now, and I'm going to try and get it posted to you by this week. There she goes. Beautiful, fucking good cars, man.